To the student who goes forth in quest of knowledge, God will allot a high place in the mansions of bliss. Every step he takes is blessed, and every lesson he receives has its reward. To listen to the words of the learned and to instill into the heart the lessons of science is better than the religious exercises, better than emancipating 100 slaves. Him who favors learning and the learned, God will favor in the next world. He who honors the learned honors me. Are he lectured on branches of learning most suited to the want of infant commonwealth. Among his recorded sayings are the following: eminence in science is the height of honors. He dies not who gives life to learning. The greatest ornament of a man is erudition. Naturally, such sentiments on the part of the master and the chief of the disciples gave rise to a liberal policy and animated all classes with the desire of learning. The age of speculation was soon to commence. Its germs were contained in the positive precepts of the master, and even while he was working, the scholarly disciple was thinking. The master had himself declared that whosoever desires to realize the spirit of his teachings must listen to the words of the scholar about whom the prophet had declared, I am the city of knowledge and Ali is its gate. Who is more able to grasp the meaning of the master's words than Ali, the beloved friend, the trusted disciple, the devoted cousin and son-in-law? The gentle, calm teachings instilled in early life into the young mind bore their fruit. Muhammad was indeed the prophet of God, who was sent on the mission of reforming the humanity and guiding them on the path of righteousness towards higher values of life by discipline, knowledge and enlightenment, aimed to know the Maker. The mission was to be carried out under well-defined perimeters. Duties and qualifications of the Prophet, his successors and the people were governed by the precepts of the holy book of Quran, which was given to him by the Almighty and provided the source of all enlightenment. The mission was Islam, and a person could enter into its folds by pronouncing the following witnesses in Arabic: there is no God but Allah. Muhammad is the prophet of God. Ali is Wali of God, or chief of the faithfuls. The third witness became necessary when the prophet, on returning from the last pilgrimage, was commanded by the Almighty to stop at a junction of roads called Ghadir Khum. On 18 Zilhijjah 10 Hijrah 632 AD, and declared before the assemblage of over 100,000 pilgrims, of whosoever I am the master, Mawla, this Ali is the master, Mawla. Only after complying the command by the above declaration, revelation descended to say, this day have I perfected unto you your religion and completed upon you my blessings, and I am well pleased with Islam as your religion. This verse is from Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse number 3. The Prophet was not an unlettered man, and in fact none of prophets were so, for all of them were given knowledge and enlightenment by God so that they could reform and guide the people towards better society and higher values of life. Prophet Muhammad's knowledge is evident from the introduction and implementation of the program of great reformation which brought about an intellectual revolution and transformed the backward nation into a progressed and enlightened society. His chief disciple Ali, whose knowledge, enlightenment and eloquence and other attributes are being acclaimed the world over, was always proud of calling him his master, who opened 1000 gates of knowledge to him. The Holy Book of Quran is indeed a wonderful collection of revelations which contains the complete knowledge about all the creations. On this point also, it sheds ample light to prove that the Prophet, instead of an unlettered man, as the people with the vested interest of downgrading his ministry have tried to assert, was well informed in order to reform the people and impart knowledge and wisdom to them. Those who intend to lower his prestige take their cue from the word Ummi, which usually means an unlettered and uneducated person, but it has been used in Quran to denote him with a different meaning. Actually, Makkah, because of its important position among other settlements, was called Qura, or the mother of settlements, and inhabitants were called Ummiyin, or the people of Makkah. Since Ummi is the singular of Ummiyin, therefore God often addressed his prophet as Ummi, or of the Ummiyin. Surah 32 Al-Jamhura, ayah number 24 says, He it is who raised among the Ummiyin a messenger from amongst them, who recites his signs to them, purifies them, and teaches them the book, that is Quran, and wisdom. Though they were aforetime indeed in manifest straying, and to others among them who have not joined them yet, he is ever prevalent, all-wise. That is the grace of Allah. He gives it to whosoever He pleases. Allah is the Lord of great grace. It is evidently clear from the ayah that the inhabitants of Makkah were called Ummiyin, which is the plural of Ummi. The population was comprised of two groups according to their faiths and religious practices. That is, those who were in manifest of straying, and others among them who have not joined them. The Prophet was raised amongst the Ummiyin in Makkah in the group which was not in straying, as they were the followers of their ancestors, Prophet Abraham's religion, i.e. Islam. Number 4. The Prophet was raised again amongst the Ummiyin so that he could deliver the message of God to them in their own language and give the practical demonstration by his own conduct of life while still living as one of them, in order for them to comprehend everything in a better way. Number 5. The God is ever prevalent, all wise, and Lord of great grace. He gives it, that is, the prophethood, to whosoever He pleases. Number 6. The all-prevalent, all-wise, and Lord of great grace raised, according to His wish, among the Ummiyin, that is, inhabitants of Makkah, a messenger from amongst them, but from the group which professed the religion of the prophets Ibrahim, who recites his signs to them, purifies and teaches them the book, that is Quran, and wisdom or hikmah.